Whoa. Did it get you in the face?
Mm-hmm.
You need a napkin? Good morning, Hercules. Good morning. You're so handsome.
Hey guys, it's Kyle and Shannon. Welcome back to K&S Get Out. We have a gorgeous day today. Speaking of gorgeous, see that building? That's still one of my favorite buildings on the land. I gotta be a little bit biased. A lot of blood, sweat, and tears went into that, but we're gonna come back to that today. I think I need to give it just a little bit of attention. Is that okay with you?
Yes, that's okay with me.
It's not the showoffice, but I just need a little breakup in my projects sometimes, do a little different. However,
and now that the weather's nice enough for it, like now's the time to do that. Really,
it's gorgeous. I think it's like 70 degrees right now.
Yeah.
It was 58 when we got up this morning.
Beautiful.
And these guys are getting more rambunctious the better the weather gets. So let's get some animals fed, and then we're gonna go work a little bit on my shed. So our welcome committee consists of Big Herc, all the energy. He wants to chew on Spruce's neck politely.
Spruce wants to climb on me.
Come here, bud. I know. I'm giving you attention. And then there's Ouija standing there like, oh, where's my food? Hey, you got some of that food for me? Just want some food.
And then all the calm ones.
Yeah, they're pretty good about just saying, you know what? They'll get to us when they get to us. You see the boy sleeping up in front of Mama?
Yes.
That is so cute.
How was your first night out with all the other goats?
So I may not be able to get this story off before we have to go get food. Yeah, see, Mama's getting ready. We've had these two boys out during the day with the rest of the crew, and it's a little early for how... Come here, Bubba. I got it.
Aww.
It's a little early as far as how old they are to be doing that, but after Mario...
She's like, just make sure I can see him, would ya? See, it's okay.
Are you mad at me? Are you mad at me? So they've been out during the day, and then we've been putting them back in the pen at night for almost a week. I don't think we've made it quite a full week, but in watching them during the day, these guys are definitely Mario's boys.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, definitely. So you hear noises coming out of them that we actually heard out of Larry right before we took Mario to the auction. And they're just the male noises, the funny little trying to do the little like Dad did, you know. And then they chase Larry and Harry around, and these boys will put Larry and Harry in their places. I mean, Harry's just like, hey, whoa, and just runs from them and comes over to Blue. So they're doing great. Needless to say, we're feeling pretty confident because Mama has not wanted to stay in her pen whenever we put them back in there of an evening to eat. We've just been leaving them in there. And she's been coming up and telling us, no, I want back out. So last night, they stayed out with the big goats. And
Looks like somebody kept them all safe.
Yeah. I was actually a little more worried for Larry and Harry's sake than I was for theirs. And Mama, man, she don't mess around. She protects these boys. They are spoiled.
She's a tough cookie.
Where she gets the idea to spoil them. We don't do stuff like that, do we?
All right. Well, before Spruce starts pushing you out of the way, let's get some food.
Okay. Those horns are growing. Mama has this figured out. She is already in her pen with her boys, ready to be fed. Good job. Good job. All right, let's let her have her space.
So they're getting a whole lot better at knowing. Here you go, baby. Well, can I put it in your feeder? At knowing where we want them to go or where they're supposed to be when we feed. In fact, if you look back, Blue and Harry ain't even moved yet. Look at that. You know, because they're not bottle babies, we don't dictate when they start eating hay and grain. Mama does. And we're just growing right up.
Yeah.
Eat some hard foods. Back up, 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 back up. Alright. So we still split out Ouija and spruces, and then blue, I was put it in the blue feeder.
Here, I'll take the blues, crew. If you'll take spruce.
You gotta get it right in her
Come
face.
here. Come on.
Come on, buddy.
Come on. Larry, come on.
I went the wrong way, Mom.
Whoops.
I'm back.
Get in there.
Whew. I almost didn't get to eat today.
Can't have that.
Gosh, look at his coloration on that side, those spots. You can really see from that angle. You see how blue's black just kind of curves and goes back towards her hind end. His kind of goes all the way down to his belly, and then he's just got spots around it. And his little white part of his mohawk right here.
He's so cute.
Smell that skunk?
I do. It smells terrible.
We've smelled skunk over here for the last, I don't know, 2 or 3 days, and we're not 100% sure where it happened. I don't see it on the side of the road or anything, but it's somewhere that direction. And when this breeze comes through,
It's heavy.
Yeah. I was actually afraid we were going to come down and find a very stinky herc one day, because I know we have rodents that live in those tunnels and holes down there in Goatville. In fact, he's down there right now. So
Is that where he is? Hey, handsome. Hi. He's getting your food right now. Yeah. Are we safe? Did you clear the area? Oh, there's your breakfast. Did somebody push you out of the way, Spruce? You've got to eat quicker. He's going to do that to you unless you eat quicker. You got to learn. You got your buddy there, huh?
I may have had a less than ideal dream this morning, and Herc was in it, and other animals that I wasn't familiar with. And I hate these dreams, but they're the ones that are going just fine. Everything's great. Then all of a sudden it doesn't go so fine. You wake up hacked off. You can't go back to sleep because you know if you do, you'll resume the dream. And so I was like, I can't wait to get down there and see my Herc this morning. He was fine. Doesn't matter the details of the dream, but you know, it happens. And the nice thing is, I can come down here and he makes it all better.
Well, good.
The ears.
Is that good stuff, Herc?
You do want to be careful doing that. No, I'm not jamming my fingers down his ear canal. And a lot of people have warned us about that before. But yeah, we've scratched Nala's ears her entire life and never heard anything. She loves it too. Ouija's in there. Blue says no, we're not done eating yet. That girl.
Hi, Sprucers. Guys have some good breakfast. Hi, Eric. Hi, buddy. Well, they came up to me, so I would say that's a pretty good sign that they're not too mad at us anymore.
Yeah. It's really been the last couple days they've started getting back to their roots of coming up and wanting cuddles and letting me hold them. These guys are getting just a little bit big for Shannon to do this.
I still try.
Do it.
He's so fluffy.
Well, see, I want him to, the last time we picked him up, prior to all the times we've done it since, I carried him to the crate and then we took him to the vet. So for about 2 days while they were still a little tender down there, you started to go pick him up. Who urinated on you, buddy? Did you do that to yourself? But they were just a little hesitant to let us pick him up. Oh, he just wiped poop right on your pants.
Why would you do that? Is it because you're not getting attention? Does it need to be the Spruce show? Is that what's happening? It's all about Spruce?
It's hard to scratch behind their ears when it's hard to find their ears. Look at his little...
He just has his mohawk up all the time.
Well, he actually has hair right there in front of his horns. It looks like he got a little white hairdo. You got a little white hairdo, Lair Bear?
He's like, here, get a closer shot of him, Mom.
I will say, even just having the band on, we're at 1 week today.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So 1 week, these boys, their personalities, they've calmed down.
Oh, big time.
Larry has not made a single noise like he did back before we did it. He says, I just want attention, Mom. Come give me attention while you're filming. You can film me too. What you think, Miss Blue? Oh, are you gonna come get some scratches? That's a pretty girl.
Hey, you can't eat my fingers, okay?
It is.
Yeah.
Climbed up there and sniffed my hand and said, okay. She still keeps her distance, ready to pull away at any time. Any sudden movements and she gone.
Yeah, and that's something that's so hard for me because I have quick, short little movements and it makes all of them jump every time.
See her mohawk?
Yeah, hers lays over.
I'm gonna get her some hairspray. See if we can't stick that up.
Okay, I just realized Herc pushed his house all the way down here.
It may not be Herc though, they get to playing on it. That is a very important piece to their entertainment, all of them.
Did you do it, Spruce? Did you push it down?
Never. You don't have cameras back here, do you?
No.
On that part right, yeah, no, I didn't do nothing. Yep, don't check the cameras or nothing.
Was it Herc?
Yeah, well, of course. Silly Herc. Mom, you can reach me. There we go.
Oh, we need to release Mama and the boys again.
Spruce and I were having fun.
You gotta take your opportunity when you can.
Absolutely.
I let him walk up to me first. Oh, hi, Spruce. Spruce says, I want all the attention. Little Mario, man. There's a whole lot of Mario in this little guy. Koopa says, I want a turn. Herc wants a turn. Koopa wants a turn. Ouija, there ain't no way. You know, I did used to pick him up and help him get
Oh,
these.
I remember.
Yeah, it was about 40 pounds ago, Dad.
That's what they were joking, that you're not, like you did with Spruce the other day, you're not going to be able to do that for too long.
I know. That's why I gotta take it while I can.
I know.
Hey, notice, I got my God Country Steak shirt back on today. Haven't worn it in a while because it's been a little depressing. But I do appreciate all the well-wishing in our last video when we gave you the Alpha Gal update. We're still not introducing beef or steak, but we've put a little more pork, a little more bacon here and there. And somebody even sent a kind donation toward my first steak dinner. So thank you guys so much. We really appreciate the support. And we're gonna get there.
Slowly, but we're gonna get there.
Well, I need these guys to know when I can eat goat again, so I can use that as a threat in case they get out of line. Well, Mario's like, if I can't get over, I'll just crawl under. Spruce.
I just want pumpkin. I'm so close. I can go eat your pumpkin. I'm gonna get my pumpkin. No pumpkin for me, I guess, Mom.
You are so silly. Spruce was trying to take your pumpkin.
I just want what's yummy.
This is how you do it, little Mario.
Let's go get high center.
He's laying on top of his mom, chewing on his brother's ear.
I don't know where Spruce learned it, but he walked up to me and hoofed at me and then put his horns on me and said, hey, pet me. So I started petting him, and then from the back left side, Mr. Herc walks up, goes bonk, puts his head on me, and says, hey, pet me. And then he says, yeah, why don't we just, I'll stand on your feet between your legs, and then you have no option but to just love me.
Our animals definitely demand attention from us. They figured it out.
All right, I think we have established peace down here. We got full bellies. We're gonna get started on a project up here. It's one of those we're gonna learn together. Very minimal preface time for this, and I'm just gonna do it. It's gonna be great.
I think it's going to be great.
Okay,
I'm looking forward to it.
let's get to it.
So the question is there a side you would rather start on instead of the front?
I kind of think just, let's go for it on the front here. It's gonna be the hardest one.
Okay.
So if I get it figured out, then I can just move on to the others, right? Here, come look, I wanna show you. These are natural pine planks that are typically for pallets, but we had them available, so we went ahead and sided this with it. They are not treated. So I probably waited a little bit long. We were gonna do the burn, but after looking at the goat shelter, those are a little bit different panels, but we just realized that even if you do the burning, over time, that stuff kind of rubs off and you get back down to the natural wood. And so we needed something a little more protective than that. This side gets hit by the setting sun, the afternoon sun. And so this one's really starting to kind of fade out, if you will. And some of that is dirt and stuff that I should really hose off before I do this, but I like to learn things.
We're going to run with it, right?
I'm just gonna do it. So this is actually the same color as stuff that's used to seal Shannon's office up the hill. I don't really know the natural color of that siding before they sprayed it. So I'm a little curious how this is gonna look. It should give it a little reddish cedar tint. We will find out.
Hopefully we like it.
Yeah, if it works well and if I'm good enough at this, Shannon's dad let us borrow this airless sprayer. So I tested last night trying to prime it, which I think is basically just getting the air out of it, and then you switch over to your spray or your paint or whatever, and it's ready to go. I couldn't get it to work. It was very frustrating. So I spent some time with it and actually took part of it apart, put some good old trusty compressor air tool oil down in it and bled it through a couple times, and then got it working.
Good job.
Fixed it. And I didn't call your dad. I only read the manual and watched 4 YouTube videos. So thanks, Ken, for letting us borrow that. We're gonna get to it. So like everything else out here on the land, I've never done this before, ever. I really don't know what I'm doing other than what I learned last night. But I always wondered what these holes up here were for on the tops of these buckets, and it's this very thing. So you can just put the hose right in there and you don't have to take the whole lid off.
Oh, that's awesome.
All right, this is not a how-to video. I ain't telling you what to do because I don't even know what I'm doing.
Ooh. Did it get you in the face?
Mm-hmm.
You need a napkin?
This cover's a little more like paint than I anticipated, so we're gonna have to be a little careful with our black trim, or Shannon said she would repaint it for me.
Hopefully not all of it, but I will do touch up for you, babe.
Yeah, this is gonna be a little more precision job than I was originally anticipating, so I'm glad we're doing this on this side of the shed first. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
Oh, this is not the job for me.
Do you want me to do it?
No! So I need to not be holding it down. I need to stop spraying when I come down a line.
Oh, that makes sense.
Dang.
Hey, you know what? You learn by doing it. It's okay.
Oh, we're getting the black.
I don't really have any words right now.
Well, do you need me to stop and go work on one of the goat shelters or something that's not my shed before we do this? Or do we just do it and laugh about it later?
Let's do it and laugh about it later, babe.
Yep.
You know what? It's okay.
It's all right.
We'll figure it out.
We're gonna have a line. So you think when this dries that the grain shows through, or is it that thick?
I have no idea. Maybe it depends on how thick you spray it on. So like,
It's going on thicky thick right now.
if it's thin, maybe you can see it, but as thick as it is, maybe not. I have no idea.
I'm just winging it.
At the end of the day, we're the only ones that are going to see this, and this is going to seal and protect your shed.
We're the only ones that are going to see this. We and however many other thousands of people might watch the videos. They're forever going to be like, do you remember when that idiot tried to spray his shed? Now here's my problem. I am extremely right-handed. There's no way I can spray this and hold that cardboard. Do you trust me?
Yeah, I trust you.
You ready?
Mm-hmm.
So I turned the pressure down and that seems to help a little bit. I may have to do multiple coats that way, but I'm definitely seeing more of the grain. We're gonna get used to it. This wall is gonna be the test wall. It's not a good one to start on since it's smaller and it has a window, but
It's okay.
you know, it'll be all right. Ready?
Yep.
Yeah, hold your breath or look the other way. I'm so bad at this.
I happen to think that you're off to a really good start.
Well, thank you. You know, it is what it is. First
Figure it
time.
out as we go.
I think
It's
this is
fine.
gonna look cool once we repaint all the black after I'm done. Turn it cedar.
We are going to have to repaint some black. It's okay.
Yeah.
I have more black paint.
But I'm not getting on a ladder today, so we're just gonna do the whole bottom half of the building, and then we'll take care of the rest of it some other time.
Okay.
I was kidding.
I wasn't gonna force him. Okay, so clearly we need a little bit more practice with the sprayer.
Whew, that is hideous. So spraying is so much less forgiving than rolling or brushing. If you're rolling and brushing and you get too much in one area, you just keep rolling and brushing until it thins it out, spreads it out, and you just move on, and you can make everything match up nicely. Spraying is not. You hit it too thick in one spot, too bad, so sad. There ain't anything you can do. I would say we'll do another coat on this, but eventually it's just going to be dark brown. We're going to let that dry all the way. Big mistake. 2, 3, 4, a lot of big mistakes, but the biggest mistakes, tape everything off, get your plastic, get your tape. That way you do not have to continually stop and start. And the pressure builds up. So when you pull that trigger again, it just splats it on there. And then you can't stay in one spot. You got to keep going. Yeah,
it's gonna take some practice. Maybe we should have started on the goat shelter instead of your shed.
That was my idea, but then I was like, nah, I just want this done. Yeah. So I will come run skid steers, excavators, tractors, do all the cool stuff and everything. I'll come do that for other people. I'm never gonna do this for anybody else, ever. I'm almost scared to even do it to the rest of my shed, but I'm gonna back up a little bit, get this stuff taped off, and try to get in a good rhythm where I'm not having to stop and move so much, and see if I can do a little better. Plus, we're gonna go way lighter. I'm gonna back up. I did what the manual said, about 1 foot. I was close. But I'm gonna back up, and we're just gonna go real light, and if I miss spots, we'll get it in a second coat, especially on the back where I don't have windows and stuff.
I think that's a great idea.
This is not like me. This is, I don't know. So a lot of respect to your dad.
Yeah.
He can paint cars, he paints anything and everything.
Yep.
And it's definitely a skill that I don't come by super
It takes a lot of finesse and practice.
And patience and know what you're doing.
Oh, all the things.
Yeah. So, this side's protected from the sun. It just doesn't look good.
It's gonna be okay.
It's
not the front, okay?
I think what we talked about before we got started, I think that up there, your Shoffice, looked very much like natural lumber color, and they just did a way better job at painting it than me, because this is taking on that same color. But yeah,
well, it's okay.
And you're supposed to apply this once every year?
Every couple of years.
I thought you said every year.
He might have.
I'm hoping that it fades between now and then and kind of calms down, so the next time we get it, it looks great. Okay, well, we're gonna
lesson learned.
Call a timeout. I've got to go get those birds out now. They're not going to mess with this, so I'm not worried about it, and really, they can't make it look any worse than it already does. And then I got to get some lunch in my belly before I get to going again.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, let's get some birds. Come on, birds. Boy, those tom turkeys are getting a little more aggressive with one another, which is common. But I came out yesterday and they were necks wrapped up and grabbing onto each other's anything they could. And yeah, they're okay most of the time, but I had the football game on. And so I had my sound loud in the shed and all that stuff.
You were riling them up is what you're saying.
Yeah, and that they don't do well with my sound system that has the subwoofer and all that. Really gets them puffed up and they're just aggravated. So I turned it off. All for you, Turks.
Wow, you really love your turkeys if you're willing to turn the football game off for them.
Yeah, you got a point there. Man, I walked all the way up there to let them birds out. Turn around and look back. It still looks bad from up there.
We're gonna figure it out. It'll be okay.
Yeah. There's a whole lot of I should haves or could haves or blah, blah, blah. But, you know, it is what it is. It's done. And I'm not sanding all that off. So we're just going to work with it and live with it.
It's a learning process.
Yeah.
Hopefully the rest of it will go a little bit smoother.
Well, guys, I'll see if I can get that done. Maybe do a little better on the front and the other parts and everything. But, you know, wish me luck. I'm learning stuff every day. But we love and appreciate each and every one of you. And we thank you so much for coming along on this journey with us and laughing with us whenever we do fun stuff like this. And as always, we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
You guys were wanting to say goodbye too, weren't you? Look how big these turkeys are, man. Are you okay with my red shirt today? Huh?